So this is a little bit different than my normal intro, and that is because I forgot to record an intro. So I have all my footage, my interview, I'm getting ready to edit, and I'm like, I didn't record an intro. I didn't even think about doing an intro. So my name's Lisa. You are watching the Wonder of Ivy YouTube channel, and I wanted to just preface this video because it's the first of its kind that I'm doing. So as many of you guys know, COVID-19 is rampant out here. They're canceling events left and right. I had a couple conventions scheduled that have been either canceled or postponed, and I get a lot of my content when I'm at these conventions doing reviews, interviewing people, so on and so forth. So I decided the best way to get content is to network and put myself out there, which has been super scary for me, super difficult, because I kind of get nervous reaching out to people, shooting my shot, especially with people that I don't know. But recently I joined a group on Facebook for cosplayers of color and decided, you know what, let me just bite the bullet, and I ended up doing a call out to see if there was anybody who would be interested in interviewing with me for my podcast and YouTube channel. Surprise to me, I got a lot of responses from that, and it's been so awesome. I now have my first interview with someone that I am sharing with you guys today, and that is with Lizzette, also known as Sailor Xtasy, and she's been cosplaying for over 14 years, and it was just such an amazing experience to interview her. And this is the first time we have ever talked to each other outside of email, and we've only been emailing for a couple of days, and she was such an amazing person. It was very easy to get comfortable with her, as well as her get comfortable with me, and we really had a good conversation about cosplaying for so long, how did she get started, and all that amazing goodness that you guys will be getting soon. I did want to share a little tidbit before the interview starts, and that is just that this group that I posted in has over 11,000 members of this group from all over the United States, and I got quite a few responses. I'm still sifting through them, and I'm trying to reach out in batches because I'm not gonna be able to interview everyone at the same time that reached out to me. So it's funny because I posted on my Instagram story that I was going to interview her. We don't have any mutuals on any social media or anything like that. And of course, why don't you have it? My mentor, David Nazario, replies that he knows her, and she's from New York, and they used to work together. And isn't it crazy, just at least for me, how that works, in this big group where anybody can respond, the person that responds, where we don't have any mutual connections or anything like that on social media, we know somebody in real life. So I thought that was a little cute thing to share. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this video started. If you want to see me interview more people, maybe there's a favorite cosplayer, there's a favorite YouTuber that you have, let me know. I'll reach out, I'll shoot my shot. I would love to bring you guys more content like this. So yeah, I definitely want to get more content like this. I just started getting into the convention scene, so that for me has been very exciting. It kind of gave me like a renewed passion for what I've been doing, because it's mixing one of my lifelong passions with one of my newer passions, and it's been so much fun. But unfortunately, with cancellations, gotta get a little bit creative. But I really hope that you enjoy this video. Make sure you check out Lizzette, aka Sailor Xtasy, and I will be sure to have all her information in the description box below. Follow her, reach out, do what you gotta do. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.
My name is Lizzette Lewis, aka Sailor Xtasy. I'm Sailor Xtasy Cosplay on Facebook, Sailor Xtasy on Instagram. I am 41 years old.
You don't even look it. I saw that you put like mom and you put this child. I'm like, how that's a child, girl? You look like a child.
Oh, thank you. God bless you.
You know how it is.
I am a certified special education teacher. I teach 7th grade ELA. I'm also a certified personal trainer and Zumba instructor. I've been doing that for most of my life. I am a mom of a beautiful 8-year-old child who is also on the autism spectrum. So he is the reason why I have a special education degree. And I am a cosplayer. I love to cosplay. I am a woman of color, obviously. I do have some Bonicra in the background, but my daddy likes fried chicken. So I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, New York.
Down to Brooklyn.
And
To live in
yeah,
Brooklyn.
because
A long time
Brooklyn's the
ago.
best. Yeah, and honestly, I I cosplay because I like the attention. But mostly because I just think it's totally fun. I've always loved to dress up. That's always been my thing. And now I get to dress up, and like I don't look for it for profit. I honestly do it just to have fun with it. Like I like the attention from it. I like making people happy. I love seeing people go be excited about my outfits. And even though I may not be the shade of most of the things that I cosplay, I get excited when people celebrate that.
So I did I was on your Instagram earlier when I went to share a pic of you, and I saw that you have this picture was like a 10-year comparison though, but how long have you been doing like attending cons and actually cosplaying?
I've been I've been cosplaying and going to conventions since 2006. I had just finished college, and my friend was adamant about like coming to a convention. Like when I was in school, it took me 10 years to do my undergrad because life. And I was like
That feels you.
very focused. So once I was done, I was like, okay, I can have a little bit of fun now. And so he invited me to a convention out of state. My first convention ever was Animazement in North Carolina. I went not knowing what an anime convention was. He just knew that I was big into anime, Sailor Moon for life. And I was like, okay, I don't know why. I was like, I'll bring a black cape, or bring some black clothes. I'll look like a black mage. Okay, fine. Girl, I'm gonna tell you, when I went in and I saw like my favorite anime characters, people dressed up and was like Naruto. It was like back then it was Naruto, Bleach, Street Fighter, Darkstalkers. I was like, I'm in. I'm totally in. So once I started talking to my friends, they're like, oh yeah, we've been going to conventions for years. Like, and you haven't thought about inviting me? What's wrong with you people?
You're like, damn, put me on.
So the next one after that was Otakon, and I did my first closet cosplay of Naminé from Kingdom Hearts 2, and back then I could wear wigs. Can't do that anymore. But like it was my first closet cosplay. I still have the dress and everything. The wig is gone, but like I still have the dress and everything. And that pretty much took it from there. I was like, anytime there was a convention and it was local or out of state, if I could try to get to it, I try to get to it. And I try to build the cosplay myself, or I would just order costumes. But then that was getting old after a while because none of the costumes looked right, didn't fit right, made cheaply. Were not made for girls of the plus size equation.
Right.
And so after in 2010, I met a seamstress who is now like she is my sister. And her name is Terry Ann Harding of Unread Designs. And Homegirl is the reason why I'm getting so much attention now. So since 2010, she's been making most of all of my cosplays, and she is my reason for like even getting excited about being part of conventions again. So I help her out as much as I possibly can. I get her name out there as much as possible, because without her, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
That's so awesome. I recently did like my first cosplay, and I was like, oh my god, this is mad fun. But it took me a while because when I was growing up, like maybe like the early 2000s, like when I was in high school, because I was in high school like 2007, like I was on Tumblr, and everybody who was cosplaying was white, and it was just like, and I don't know, but white people put these wigs on, they don't look that good, and I'm just like, it was just something like I was like, man, like this looks cool, but like it also kind of looked corny because like I just never seen it. Like I felt like, damn, like this could have been so much better. And then recently, maybe like 2-3 years ago, I started finally like seeing people that look like me, black people, people of color, brown people, Asian people, like cosplaying, and it was just like the levels of it was just so like dope. And I'm just like, yo, where these people been at? And I got interested in covering people of color because when I started going to conventions, I started going last year, and I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna apply as press. Let me see if they set me, whatever. And then some of them that I went to had a lot of people of color, and then some of them didn't. And I was just like, the people of color are how you look. Like I want to show that, because when I
you know, growing up, it was like only like the weird kids like anime, and now everybody's into anime and everybody's into
Exactly.
cosplaying and shit. And you see
Mm-hmm.
people like Meg the Stallion, and it's like, bitch, we've been like anime. Like,
Listen, I stand for Meg. Listen.
yes,
Todoroki Tina, that is next on my list. I'm gonna do my own version of Todoroki. Listen.
yes,
Yes,
and
babe. I see hot babe.
yes, that's who I just did, and I love Megan the Stallion, but I hate when people are like, you just like it because Megan like it. Like, what? No, girl, we out here. We've been out here.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
But so when I was like looking through your page, because I put that post on the people of color group, but I kind of was like looking through, like I wanted to make sure I get women first. Like I'm always like biased, like let me get my women first. And I saw that like your cosplay now, like you put like your with the locks, like you incorporate the locks as part of the looks, which I absolutely love. And also I see that it's not just a traditional cosplay. Like I saw one here, it looks like it's with African, like the print, and you have that. So how did you get started into doing like your own kind of custom thing, channeling into your roots?
Well, I'm gonna be honest, like someone came up with the idea, and I think it was like one of my first ones that I did. Yeah, it was like one of the first ones that I did, and I love the attention that we got from it. So I was just like, how can I build off of that? So like the next one, I knew I was gonna do Chun-Li, and I knew, but like Nicki Minaj had came out with a song, and so I was like, all right, I want this to be Chun-Li, but I don't want, like, I had tried to do Chun-Li before, and you know, I tried to make it as accurate, like with a wig and everything like that, and the blue dress, and I was like, oh, like I can't do this. So again, I asked my seamstress, my sister. I was like, listen, I want to do a Nicki Minaj type. I want to, and not to say a ghetto version, but I want to like put my own taste and spin on it. So she did it where traditional Chun-Li dress with the splits in the middle. I mean, on both sides, and you know, I just used my locks as part of the look, and I just took it from there. I was like, you know what? Most of my cosplays are going to be with locks from now on. I refuse to sit there and try to put a wig on. If I can avoid it as much as I possibly can, I will, because these are my roots. This is what I look like. And then from there, I had wanted to do Storm, and I like doing Punk Storm, and the artist Marcus Williams, he had did a version of Storm, Punk Storm, that I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm not shaving the sides of my head. Well, how can I do this with my locks? I figured out I had put so much white in my hair. I was like, okay, I'm gonna use my locks. I'm gonna put it up into like, you know, a mohawk. It came out perfect. I said I'm gonna throw some African print on it and call it a day. And it came out so lovely. So like I'm actually currently working on some more African print stuff, because I want to incorporate my, you know, it's like you said, my roots into my cosplay, and people are going to still know who it is. And not saying it's a black version, it's just like a different version of what this character is going to look like.
And I think too, like that's so powerful because how many kids grow up with locks, and some kids like they don't really embrace the locks because they see, oh well, my classmates have XYZ hair, and they don't see like you can do different things with locks. So I always think that's so powerful. And
Yeah.
I agree with you, like it's not a black version, but it's like they're imaginary characters. Like we can take them and then further them with our imagination. Like I hate those purists that are like, they're not black and they wouldn't, the skirt is 2 centimeters too long and you did this right. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like,
Exactly. Like cosplay your way is basically what it is. And any, like, the thing I tell everybody, and I've heard that before, like I have people who are teachers who show, and teachers that show my cosplays to their students, and they're like, oh my god, she inspires me, she's black and she uses her own hair. I'm like, and this is all mine. I've grown my hair out for 14 years. So this is all my hair. And yeah, like I try to incorporate, you know, I like to inspire everyone, and I want to tell people all the time, like, when you cosplay your way. It's for you, and don't have to worry about what anybody else says, you know. I just did Nezuko from Demon Slayers,
love
and
it.
yeah, And I did that with my locks, and all I did was color the tips red, and I just threw some fangs in, and everyone knew who I was.
Right.
Again, I was like, I'm not slapping on a wig when I have more than enough hair to do it. So most of my cosplays are going to be with locks, and if I have to color it, if I have to add hair to it, like, I don't mind. The only one I wear a wig for is my cotton candy garnet, which luckily I found a wig where I can just take my locks, wrap them up, and then put the wig and shove them up into the wig. But
Right.
the flow is so big and it's so beautiful. It's like one of my favorite cosplays to do too. So but yeah, like I tell everyone, cosplay your way, and cosplay is for anybody and everybody, regardless of the color of your skin, the size of your body, or the type of hair that you have, and make it your own.
Yes, preach. And I like what you said. It's like you still recognize the characters. You know what I mean? Like the
Mhm.
characters aren't who they are based on their skin color or their hair. Like it's the
Right.
outfit. You know what I mean? And even when people do closet cosplays, like you could still figure it out. I feel like some people just want to be purists. And I wanted to ask if you've experienced because you do have like a bigger following online. Have you experienced any backlash or any negativity from like posting your pictures or anything like that?
Honestly, one time back in 2010, and honestly, is the only one that always stuck in my mind, and it bothered me. And then I was just like, well, wait a minute. At the time, I had a boyfriend who then became my husband, who's not my husband anymore. But he someone posted, I had posted myself as Black Cat from Marvel Spider-Man, Black Cat the villain, and I had the cat suit and everything like that, and I Black Cat dancing, doing Just Dance when at New York Comic Con, and I posted it on YouTube. And then someone wrote, and I deleted it too as soon as they wrote it. It's a Black Cat, don't you mean Fat Cat? And I was like, okay, delete. And I sat there and I thought about it, and I was just like, why is this bothering me so much? You don't know me, and I got a man, so boop. And that was the one and only time I've had any kind of negative comment towards me ever. Most of I don't post. I don't do videos as much as I would like to on YouTube, but since I started my Facebook page and then my Instagram page, nothing but love and respect. Like, no one has come at out of their face towards me. So I've been one of the blessed ones. And but usually when I see somebody coming towards somebody of like in our community, we gather together, we rally the troops, and we jump down people's throats. So I'm ready to fight for anybody. And like, I would really wish you would come and say something towards me, because I don't know where you're coming from. So.
I feel like that too. Like you just be like, if you come for me, you're coming for the wrong one. But I love hearing that, and I like how it is a community. Like people are together and are making sure like we're sticking out for each other. Because
Right.
one thing too, like you live in such a great place, like New York. You're from Brooklyn, where everybody look like us. But it's like you go somewhere else, I feel like people be like, all right, like nobody looks
Yeah.
like me out here. And because that's the thing too, like I went to Liberty City Anime Convention last year,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
was like seeing a lot of people that were like looked like me and shit. And then I
Mhm.
forgot, I went somewhere else, and then it wasn't like that, and I was like,
Right.
crickets were like cricket. But
Yeah.
it was a really like good experience, like seeing that and seeing yourself and other people. And
Mhm.
the one thing you mentioned earlier that you are 41, you're a mom, you're a teacher, and how do you feel about or like being all of those things as well as like a cosplayer? Because oftentimes people have this like people who like anime and conventions, cosplaying, like you get thrown into like this box. Either it's for like young kids, it's for like weirdos, and it's just like none of those things are true. But how have you experienced any of that, or are you just chilling, living your life, doing you?
Chilling and living my life. If anything, it's like you said, usually, and I like the fact that even though I am 41 years old and I'm a teacher and all of that, I actually take my geekiness and my love of geekiness and I use it in the classroom. And that's how I connect with my students. And that's why my students are so confused. Like, wait a minute, you know Naruto? Wait a minute, you watch Demon Slayer? Wait a minute, you know My Hero Academia? I'm like, listen, Deku for life, okay? That's one. I actually have a My Hero Academia poster on the back of my desk, like where I sit at my desk. And I told my kids all the time, if that poster ends up missing, I'm killing everybody in this room and think I'm playing. You know, Bakugo, I'm gonna be 10 times as worse as him. But I use these connections and I use my knowledge, and I'm a weeb for life. I've been watching anime since I was 4 years old. Voltron was one of the first animes I've ever gotten into. And then I got more weebed out when I became a teenager and discovered Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon. Mm-hmm. And I really don't fit into any kind of mold. I fit into my own mold. I've always been this way. When people used to tease me about, you know, wanting to dress up as Sailor Moon and like, you know, made fun of me and, you know, told me I needed to grow up. Now those same people are telling me, you know what, I love your passion for life. I love how you are adamant about you watching your anime, about I love how you incorporate what you love into your classroom. And then also because of my geekdom and my love of all things geeky, like I passed that on to my son. My son's middle name is Dash from The Incredibles because, you know, his dad was Jamaican, and I was like, you know what, you're gonna be a track star one day, so we're gonna name you Dash. Right. So I love that I'm incorporating my love of geekdom on my son, and my son is like, oh, you know, I'm the Flash mommy. Like he's into like comic books and he knows the superheroes and he loves watching Teen Titans, and I love watching Teen Titans go with him. Mm-hmm. And you know, and we get to dress up. Like I've kind of pushed my cosplay obsession on my kid. You know, I don't know if you ever seen the Steven Universe.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
We entered a Halloween contest where I was dressed up as Lion, but people were like Lion Rose. I was like, okay, I can be Lion / Rose. And I dressed my son up as Steven, and we came in 3rd place. And that's the very first time I ever went viral. Mm-hmm. Also the first time there was a lot of, you know, the N-words and comments, and that's when I laughed everything like
out of nowhere. Mm-hmm.
Right. And I'm like, I just laugh everything off. And at the time I was teaching high school, my students saw that I was getting ready to, one, they found out I was a cosplayer. Mm. 2, they were like, that's my teacher, you ain't gonna talk about her or her son like that. I was like, I'm gonna let y'all handle that. Okay. Right, because I'm like, you can say all the comments you want. At the end of the day, I still came in 3rd place in this contest, and I still look good, and I still got shared over 43,000 times. So, do you, boo? Right. You know, and that was 4 years ago. My son is 8 now. That's when he was 4. So, I don't fit into any kind of category. I fit into my own mold. I've always been this way. I even had a Sailor Moon themed wedding.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's like my dream come true.
I know. Too bad the wedding didn't last. But that wedding dress, though, let me tell you how I'm going to use that for cosplay for life. That would cost me $1,000.
Yes. Listen, I love it.
I plan on fixing it up, making it look pretty, and using my locks and putting it into the 2 little adongos. Like, I'm not playing. But I'm in my own mold. Like, this is how I fit myself. And I don't care how anyone sees me, and anyone who's going to be with me from now until the day I die, they have to understand that I have a geek life. Like, I'm going to cosplay. The world stops for me to watch my geek shows. Anytime there's a superhero movie out, I am ready. I'm like one of the first ones to go see it before anybody spoils it for me. This is my life, and you are welcome to be in it, but I'm not changing it for nobody.
I love that. And I also resonate, like, growing up, I would want to be doing, and I had longer hair. I would like do the little Sailor Moon. People like, what are you doing? Oh my God. I was into video games too. So I would always take my Game Boy to school. People like make it. And now it's the same thing that you're saying. People are like, I love how passionate you are. You're doing your anime thing. Cause I've been blogging and podcasting for a while. And I didn't really cover anime because one time I did a poll and I was like, how do you guys feel if I start talking about anime? And everybody said no. And I was like, damn, I see how you feel. Right. And then I was like, and that was when I first started. So I wasn't that confident. And now I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to do this. You watch it. If not, I got other content that you can do. Right. But I love that. And I love the fact too that I feel like back in the day, it was like, oh, I like it. I like anime. Like, and now it's like, nah, fuck, like I could rep that proudly. And me and my husband, we don't have kids yet, but I'm like, yo, what if our kids don't like anime? And he was like, well, we just got to give them up for adoption. Like, what are we going to do with these kids? So I love seeing that. And I think, because you do hear those comments growing up, like, well, you're going to like watch cartoons all your life. And I'm like, but y'all watch Family Guy and The Simpsons. Like, that's the same thing. But with that, did you get your son onto the? Does he just see you and he like wants to take part in what you're doing?
Like I said, I've been dressing him up since I had him. I've been dressing him up. Like I took his dad is not into like his dad's a sports geek. I am an anime comic book geek. So I've like every time a major like Halloween comes up, I was like, I want to dress him up, and like his father just look at me and I'm just like, you don't have to say, I'm gonna dress him up. So I've been dressing up in costumes, and the very first, like I said, the first time I dressed him up in an actual cosplay would be as Steven from Steven Universe, and that went off so well, and everyone loved it and everything like that. So until he was able to voice really his opinion per se, um, I asked him, like, hey, like, so just recently we just did, I did Deadass All Mights, and I dressed him as Deadass Deku, and like Tim's included, and we had on fitteds. It was like really cute. It was really nice too, and everyone got it.
Right, it made sense.
Right, we did it for Anime NYC, right? And I asked him before anything. I said, "Hey, Kevin, I want to dress you up as Deku for My Hero Academia." Luckily, he knows because me and my sister are both into My Hero. He's like, "Okay, I know who Deku is." I said, "Okay, are you okay with dressing for one day? Mommy wants to dress you up. Is that okay?" He goes, "Okay, mommy, I'm with you." I was like, "Okay, good." I said, "Can I color your hair green?" Because again, I putting a wig on him, the sensory and everything like that. He was
Right.
like, I was like, "Can I color your hair green?" I have to ask him now because remember he's a little older.
Right.
He goes, "Sure, I'll color my hair green." I was like, "Okay." "Can I put freckles on your face?" He goes, "Okay, mom, you can put." I was like, "Oh my goodness." And he just let me, and he took, and when he's had his fill, he lets me know. And I don't push it on him. So I asked him, he said, "Mommy, I'm ready to go." I'm like, "Okay, no problem. I think we spent enough time here that I'm okay with that." So now as he's getting older, I have to ask him if it's okay to dress him up. I don't force anything on him. He did, like, this past Halloween, he said, "Mommy, I want to be Miles Morales." I said, "I got you, dude." I went.
You got this.
Right. I ordered the costume, and like he nailed the poses. Like he got it. And I was like, fair enough. So right. I know. I was like, "That's my baby." The next year he was like, "Mommy, I want to be Black Panther next year." I said, "Wakanda forever. I'm okay with this. Yes, let's go." So I'm still like, I will ask him, it's his choice. If he wants to stay with mommy and do the cosplay thing, great. If he doesn't want to do it and doesn't want to geek out, that's fine too. It won't break my heart, but the choice is on him. But he does understand, like, oh, mommy's dressing up in costume. Where you going, mommy? Why are you in a costume? I'm like, it's okay. Like, he understands. I've even come to his school, like if it's Spirit Week at my school, and I have to go pick him up afterwards. I've come in full costume. One time I came out with white out contact. I came in Static Shock. I walked in and all the kids stared at me, and my son and like clockwork, he goes, "Those are contacts. That's my mom. I'm okay with this." I was like, so like now they all know. They're like, "That's Kevin's mommy," and I'm like,
you're like, damn right, that's Kevin's mom.
Right,
You know who it is.
This is what I do.
Yes.
So his whole school knows who I am. So I have to, like I said, if he wants to join me, great. If he doesn't, I'm okay with that too. But he knows this is mommy's life.
Right. I'm looking at right now at the dead ass the dead ass cosplay. I went back. I love it. And when does he attend conventions with you? Is he into like being there?
It's like I said, it will have to warm up. He does have a social meter. When it runs out, it's time to go.
That's most of us, because it'd be like, all right, I'm done with this. Like,
right. I've only brought him to local conventions, and I won't take him to the major ones like New York Comic Con. Still too big for him. When I feel like it's died down or it's quiet down, or when it's more spaced out, then I'll bring him, like maybe on even a short day, just to see how he is.
Right.
But for right now, I've been bringing him to small conventions, like Anime NYC, which now is starting to get bigger again. I brought him to Sakura Matsuri, which is our cherry blossom festival. And you know, he likes walking like in the grass and like playing around and everything like that. So I have to ask him now as he's older. When he was smaller, he didn't have a choice.
Right. Oh, you put him in a stroller or something, he's good to go, right? You like, I can't let me wear you. You good?
Right, but now that he's a little older, I have to ask permission. So I'm like, okay, I don't have a problem with this. So
I love that. And I just like shout out because I'm like a person, like I don't have kids, but you know, you grow up and you hear these like, oh, my parents forced me to do this. And it's rare that you see like parents giving their kids agency. You know what I mean? Like you
yeah.
make the decisions for you. So I love that. And I wanted, you mentioned you were married, you're no longer married now. Do you, or if you are dating, how do you date as somebody who cosplays? Like you telling you showing up, how do people have questions about that, or do you like people who like anime and stuff to avoid all that?
It's so funny. I'm looking at my door right now. I'm like, if he walks in right now, that would be funny. I am dating someone right now. And the reason why I started dating this person is because he saw my cosplays. And it piqued his interest, and now he has an obsession with girls in cosplay.
Good.
But no, right, it is good because like I said, my ex-husband, I love him, but he would not dress up with me whatsoever. Like I just put him in a t-shirt and he'd be like, okay, no problem. But he'll stand off to the side. But the person who I'm dating right now is like really into my cosplays. He's like, he definitely is my handler. I call him my manager.
Mm-hmm.
He I have to say, since being with him, I've lost 20 pounds. I've bulked up. I look more muscular now. I'm more toned in my cosplays, and he makes sure that I look really good no matter what I'm wearing. He's attended conventions with me, and when he does come with me, he makes sure that my hair is in the right place, make sure that everything looks right before I start taking pictures. And it's refreshing and it's good because now I'm with somebody who understands what I'm doing. Like he's the one, I'll tell him, I'll run an idea by him. He's like, okay, I like that idea, this is what we should do, X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, all right, good, I like that. So it's nice to have someone in my life right now who cares about my cosplay life, and to make sure that I look good in pictures and make sure I look good in person. He says like, no, make sure your hair is done, make sure this is done. I look at him like, when did you become my manager? But you know what? Right, I like it though because I've never had somebody in my life who actually was like making sure that I look good for what my craft. So
right. And it's that attention, like when somebody loves you and they love what, even if they're not into it, like they get passionate for you because they want to see you do the best for it.
Right, and I've kind of like, I'm trying to talk him into a cosplay finally with me. So we've narrowed it down. Like I really want him to wear the black Superman suit because he's into Superman. And I would do Crime Syndicate Superwoman, which is the bad version of Wonder Woman. I think we'd be pretty badasses like that. He also agreed to do a Mario and Luigi. So he would dress up as Mario, and since his middle name is with an M and my first name is with an L, so I was like, oh, that would be really, really cute.
That's cute.
He has worn my All Might costume, and I'm like, dude, you can't be All Might. It's because he body built, so he's pretty muscular. He does look like All Might when he wears it. I'm just like, no, give him, take it off.
You look better than me. It's canceled.
Like I need you. No, just give it to me. I need to be All Might. But yeah. So I'm slowly working him into cosplaying with me, but he wears his t-shirts. But like I said, he's willing to take pictures with me. He's willing to play around with me. He gets the joke. He gets the idea, and I'm excited about that.
Yes, I love that because we gotta be out here with people who support what we love, and it is always like my husband, he was into anime like we were into anime separately. He doesn't do the cosplay and stuff, but when I go to like do the press, he holds the camera, he be recording, like, and that just makes such a difference because people are like, does your husband, he's very quiet, so they're like, does he like this? I'm like, he loves this stuff. You don't even know his life. Like, we have this whole shelf over here because he's the one that's collecting the stuff. So it's just, but I completely understand with that level of support.
Yeah,
And
he's also and he's also a geek too. Like he's the comic book geek,
mm-hmm.
and I've been getting him more into like anime and stuff like that. So but he it's nice to like vibe out and geek out with somebody.
Right. When they get, even if it's not the same exact thing, but they get what the passion and stuff is, like that is the best. What I wanted to ask about was when because you have a lot of different cosplays, what kind of goes into you, because you have a seamstress that you work with. So what kind of goes into the process from like start to finish? Like when you get the idea, like what happens then to making it a final reality put together?
So I see something, I like it. I shared a picture with my seamstress sister, and I'm like, I want this. That's usually the process. I'm like, I would look totally cute doing this. She's dying to make me a Jigglypuff.
Oh, that would be
you know, because I'm short. I'm only 5 feet tall. So
wow,
I'm
you
short.
do not look only 5 feet tall. I like Instagram right here. You look way taller than that.
Thank you. No, if you met me in person, I'm a tiny thick person.
It happens.
So usually that's the process. Like she'll see something, we'll see something, and be like, hey, I could totally pull this off. She'll sketch, and then the process just goes from there. We'll get the fabric, we'll try things on. I always tell her, keep into account that I am boob heavy and bottom heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So most of my costumes, and she has to reinforce them because I break things easily.
Right. If you're moving, dancing, singing.
Exactly.
Right.
You have to keep all those things in mind when she makes it. So as she's gotten better, I've gotten better with cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's usually the process. It's like usually we'll see something and be like, hey, I wanna do this, or I wanna do that, and we just take it from there.
Do you ever rewear like cosplays or like recycle them, use them again?
At first, no, I was like very like snobbish, but
like when you buy a dress and you don't want to wear it again, you're like, no,
right.
I'm already saw
as time has progressed, and as I've gotten fatter, and as I have gotten to be a mom, and as I've had to budget my money,
right.
I will rewear the hell out of whatever the hell I want. Like I haven't worn it to this convention. I haven't worn it like this. I haven't worn it like that. Like I know everyone in their mama tried to see me in a damn chumley outfit, and it's like, guess what? It ain't going nowhere. I paid good money for that, and I love when I have to wear it. So when anyone asks me to wear it, I'm like, yes, I'll wear it. That's not a problem. If you haven't seen it, I might do a revamp version. But yeah, I don't have a problem me wearing my cosplays. I still have things that fit from 2010. Like I said, I've lost weight now. So like, so things that I started out with still fit, still good quality. You haven't seen me in this. I'm gonna wear it like that. So
right. And then you could, like you said, you could always revamp it and get it better. Now I'm seeing here the one picture that I shared of you, and I see that you've done kind of a lot is like you take a different character and you make it Sailor Moon style. Like the one I'm looking at is the Harley Quinn. So like how did you think of that, or like when did you start doing that Sailor Moon style of other characters?
Like I said, I am a big Sailor Moon head. I'm a Sailor Moon for life. Of course, I started thinking about other ways of how I can incorporate Sailor Moon, and I was like, how can I do this? So I came up with the idea of Sailor Harley Quinn, and I had seen a picture, and I was like, ooh, like a fandom. And I sent it to my sister, and I said, can we do this? And she's like, yes, we can. And she made the whole Sailor outfit. I was like, I wanted it to be red and black, and she made it red and black. And the first time I did it, I was able to wear a wig, like a Lolita style wig, where it's half black, half red. I had a giant mallet, and it said "In the Name of the Moon." And when I flipped it, it said "fuck off." But
oh, I love that.
it was censored because I'm in a convention. I always think about kids, so like it can.
I'm a teacher, you know the deal.
Right, exactly. So when I went to that convention that I went to was CastleCon, and I couldn't bring the mallet was as big as me. The mallet literally was like 5 feet tall. I couldn't bring it with me, so I made like a little bat, and I just put the moon wand in there, and I took black and red duct tape, and then I got stickers, and I wrote the same thing in the name of the moon. Fuck off, censored, of course. And this time I decided I had red and black dreadfalls, and I was like, well, I have my locks, and I'll just incorporate my locks with the dreadfalls. And that was basically, and I revamped it. So that was like one of the ones I re-wore, and I decided like I did it exactly how I really wanted to wear it, which was I had the dark moon, turned it upside down. I had the mask. I wore the goggles. I looked crazy, and people got it and they understood it. And I'm just like, Harley Quinn has been done to death. Sailor Moon has been done to death. Why not do a mashup?
And it's definitely for I never seen that before, and it is so creative. And I'm looking at the shoes. Was those custom shoes, or you have shoes and then you have socks on?
Yeah, I had red canvas shoes, which are from eBay, like knee highs, and I love them things to death because again, I'm old and I have arthritis and my knees hurt and I can't wear heels. I ain't gonna lie about that.
Life.
Right, life. And so what I wore black and red knee highs, and yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I was comfortable.
So good, yeah. And it's funny because like you say, your seamstress, like this looks like you could have bought this at a store, but obviously, it has that. Let me take a screenshot so when I edit this video, I can put it in here. It has, and I love like the bat, and you do see the wand in there, and it just looks so good. Like it's so funny because you don't really realize like how creative people can be, and then you like see cosplayers, you see people who do stuff at home, and you're just like, holy crap, like you guys are out here on point. What has been your favorite cosplay that you've done so far, ever, in your 14 years cosplay?
All right, I know. Hold on. Honestly, the Chun-Li. The Chun-Li, because I take up kickboxing. I taught kickboxing. I teach kickboxing, and I got to display my skills as a kickboxer when I was wearing the costume, and honestly, it was freeing because one, I got to wear my own locks.
Right, it's this one, right? Hold on.
Yes.
So bad.
I got to wear my own locks. I got to put my own flair to it, and people just love the hell out of it. So that is actually one of my favorites, and I'm so grateful for my sister / seamstress Unredesigned. I gotta keep plugging her, otherwise I don't get no money.
No, we're gonna put her information in the video so people.
Yes, please.
Does she do cosplays for other people?
Yes, she does cosplays for other people. She does take commissions. But I'm her number one fan because I get paid. I'm like, here's my paycheck. Make me pretty. So it's my face, it's my body, but it's her hard work and dedication that makes me look so good. So anytime anyone shares it, I always say I'm forever grateful for her in my life. And that's why like the Chun-Li is my favorite, because it has been shared so many times and I've gotten so much praise behind it, and people telling me how much they love it. And I can't thank people enough for being so kind and with their kind words and just making me feel loved.
Right, I love that. So as I want to wrap things up here, what is the best way if somebody is a fan of somebody cosplaying, they love the pictures, what is the best way for somebody to support like their favorite cosplayer if they have somebody that they love looking at what they do? Because oftentimes, yeah, you could like a pic, but what really drives the support for people who are cosplaying, or for somebody like yourself who does this like on the side?
I don't know, I can't speak for everybody else, but to support share the content, make sure you're crediting us, make sure just giving us that full support. And like I said, I don't expect anyone to give me anything. I truly just appreciate you contacting, saying how much you love the outfit, how much you love the cosplay, sharing it and showing it around. if I inspire you, like, feel free to send people to my page, and I hope to inspire more people because, like I said, I love cosplaying. I think cosplay is for everybody, and anybody can cosplay anything. If you want to do your own version of Sailor Moon and, you know, and do a mashup and it's something that I inspire you to do, go ahead and do it. If you see, like, you like my Chun-Li and you want to do the same kind of Chun-Li, do it. I don't like, what do I, it's for everybody. So I think the best support is just definitely keep up with the positive words, keep sharing the content, and just keep spreading the word. Especially, you know, February we usually celebrate 28, or this year was 29 days of Black cosplay, and then usually everything dies down. No, keep that love going 365 days a year, and I think that's the best way to support cosplayers.
And what if somebody is interested in cosplaying, but they might be afraid to? How would you suggest is the best way to for them to jump into getting into like cosplay?
Just do it. That's the best thing I can tell you. Cosplay is for everybody. Don't be scared what other people think. Do what's best for you.
Yes, and since right now we are quarantined, do you do any cosplay like at home and you just post it? Like, how are you keeping busy during this uncertainty of our con future? Because we have no idea what's gonna happen with all our cons.
I'm going crazy. Actually, I'm waiting to get some more stuff in. I'm gonna just start taking pictures inside the house or in my backyard because I can't take it anymore. I'm going crazy. I'm getting itchy. Actually, I'm trying to get new content out now. I can't get too much news because she just had a baby herself, so the baby's still young. So I don't want to expose the baby to anything yet.
Right, it's not the time. COVID out here.
So Amazon has been my best friend, and just fan pics and fan fictions, and I'm just like, ooh, I can totally do that. Ooh, I can do that. You know, so that's how I'm pretty much keeping busy. It's just like, okay, I just got some things in now. I'm gonna try to put some things together. I'm hoping I can go to a convention, but if not, like I said, I'm gonna just try some new things, some new looks in the house, because nothing else for me to do. Just trying to keep as busy as possible.
Yeah, and that's the best that we can do. I know some people are trying to do like online, like virtual conventions. So hopefully we're not quarantined that long where everything is canceled. Like this one I was gonna go to in Chicago in May got canceled, and this other one got pushed to Labor Day. So hopefully by then we're good. But who knows? People ain't fucking listening to nobody.
Right, exactly.
Experts. But I love talking to you, and I'm so happy that you came on.